It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment breakdowns and commentary. As y'all can see here, we're going to get into a Let's Talk session, which means that we're going to be talking about multiple things tonight. We're going to have a variety show of topics. As y'all can see, we've got the City Girls, we've got Nicki Minaj, K. Michelle, Ice Spice, and a couple other things that are going on right now. All right, so make sure that you got yourself, either you got your little snack, got your beverage, some popcorn, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's good for you. You might got skinny pop if you on a diet. You know what I mean? You might got your any whatever it is that you into. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't trying to shame nobody for whatever it is that you prefer. But just make sure that you got it on deck so that you can just post up and get into the conversation. All right. Now, number one thing that we got to get into, everybody knows, is Nicki Minaj. Everybody's been keeping an eye on her tour, whether you love her, hate her, whatever it is. Gag City tour, it's been going up. It's the number one gross selling female rap tour of all time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out the exact way to word that. Throughout the issues with the City Girls, JT has gone solo. We've all talked about her backyard barbecue tour, as it's been dubbed by Glorilla. She embraced that fully. She's been out here doing her thing at those shows, trying to get in with those fans. I wouldn't even call them shows, though. They're basically, meet and greets and hostings, but whatever. People like, hey, where is Nicki Minaj? Why is she not looking out for you? You went up for this lady. You've been having her back. You calling her the queen of rap. You're willing to sacrifice your previous relationship with Cardi B. You going over there with her, siding with her. Where you at? Why are you not showing up nowhere? And people have been asking the same of her flunky Akbar V, who has more mouth than raps. You know what I'm saying? So last night, Nicki Minaj, on her second stop in Boston, she decided, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to finally give y'all an opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and extend the olive branch. I'm going to let y'all come out here and grace the stage and come to Gag City. Now, the previous night, she had already allowed Bia to come out, because Bia is from the Massachusetts area. I don't think she's exactly from Boston, but she's from somewhere within that, within the state. So they connected. They did their thing on night 2. She got Bia, JT, Akbar V, Malibu Mitch, and Katie got bands. Everybody that actually made an appearance on the Super Freaky Girl remix, she got them out there, gave them an opportunity to come out there and rap and get in front of her fan base, which they say was about 20,000 people out there. So that was definitely a good look. That's the type of stages that we were talking about before, hoping that JT could get to. I was saying before she should have linked with an artist that she could open up for rather than going on a backyard barbecue tour, so that she could get in front of a real crowd, people that are willing to come out and actually see a show rather than come out to see you drink Casamigos on stage. It's just a different dynamic, and it lends different credibility to you as you strive to build your career, get in different venues, get in front of different audiences, especially as an artist who's been out for close to 5 years. You know what I mean? If not 6. Now, of course, JT had to sit for 2 of those years and let Young Miami be the face of the City Girls. But nonetheless, she's been out here. She's not a brand new artist. Those ladies have, 3 albums out? So at this point, you would think that they would be touring officially. It just doesn't seem to be that thing. They've done festivals and whatnot, but it's just not, it wasn't clicking for them. So they've decided to go solo. JT's doing her own thing. Young Miami's doing her own thing at her own backyard barbecues and pool parties and stuff like that. Whatever the case is, man, wishing them the best, but it's a very good look that JT got out there, especially with all the scrutiny that she's been under, especially with all of the fighting and battling that she's been doing online on Twitter, fighting for her motherfucking life in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? Fighting with Young Miami, fighting with Saucy Santana, fighting with Glorilla. You know what I'm saying? Gloss Up, all this crazy shit, man. Shit was getting real haywire. It was nice to see her actually get out there, do her thing, which is what she supposedly loves the most, which is rapping, doing music, sticking to the code. And despite all the jokes that I let fly, I joke on everybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. If I mention your name on the channel, you best believe I'm gonna crack a joke on your ass. Just is what it is. So despite all those jokes, it was a good look, and congratulations to her, and salute to Nicki for making it happen, because she actually does not have to. Nobody's entitled to come on her stage. I mean, the only people that was booked for this tour was her and Monica. So, you know, it's a good look anytime somebody else could go up there and get that shine. So shout out to all of them for taking part in that, okay? As you can see here, we've got a photo of all the ladies up there on stage having a good time on the metro. You know what I'm saying? Because the Gag City thing is like a train going on its way to its destination. So they're having a good time. I'm not mad at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that's a I don't feel like that's a strong squad. You know, Bia and JT, cool. They're proving they've done their thing. They've been out here. Malibu Mitch, Katie got bands. I mean, it's a great opportunity for them. It's a great look for them, because they not really out here moving like that anyway. So salute to them. And same thing applies for Akbar V. You know what I mean? So she wanted to jump in and try to go at Glorilla and Gloss the other day. We talked about that and in its own thing. Sad case. Sad effing case. JT tried to call Miami a sad effing case. That's the real sad effing case. You get what I'm saying? But salute to all parties involved. Salute to y'all. I'm glad y'all had a good time. And Nicki's going to be on to the next city. Now, as for the other member of the City Girls, Young Miami, she didn't have such a celebratory night. She didn't have so much going on yesterday. You know what I'm saying? She got caught up in a situation with more drama to add onto her plate. She already has enough with Diddy. She had enough on her motherfucking plate with JT going back and forth in front of the world, just watching the City Girls disband right in front of our eyes live on X. Like, sheesh. She had enough going on. Next thing you know, she wakes up and there's another rapper getting at her talking about, hey, that new single you got out, you stealing my bars, you trying to steal my sauce. Okay? So there's a rapper named Dajsha, and I believe she's from Ohio. Let me just do my due diligence real quick and make sure that I'm correct with this. All right, bet I was correct. So she's from Youngstown, Ohio. She's an upcoming artist. Um, Not the best artist. I wish I could play y'all the actual song on here, but doing my research, it looks like it's under copyright restraint. So if I were to play it on here, she would be collecting on my video, which we're not having none of that, especially not for nobody I ain't even heard of trying to claim nothing. So there seems to be a bit of controversy because of a line where Young Miami says, I'll go live without a fucking filter. Now, of course, we know the whole premise of Young Miami's new song, Can't Fuck With Me, is being pretty with no makeup. I've talked enough about the hypocrisy that Miami is putting out this record, Girl, You Pretty With No Makeup, and she hasn't shown herself without any makeup in the entire mother effing rollout. The shit is comical to me. This shit is nothing short of a fucking joke. The hook stinks. I don't know who that, I guess that's Skilla Baby on the hook. I'm not familiar with him. Some of y'all might be fans. Shit stinks. But she had a line on there where she talks about going live without a filter, basically saying, I'm pretty with no makeup. I don't need nothing. I don't need no Instagram filter. I don't need no TikTok filter, no nothing. I go live and show this face, which, to be honest, really shouldn't be a badge of honor in real life. I don't know who the fuck told y'all that you was supposed to be glammed up every time you come out the house or pick your head up out the bed, but we need a definite reset on that shit. You ain't proving nothing by being your natural self. That's what God made you. I'm not finna preach to y'all, but god damn it, man. Let your shit breathe. Okay? And it shouldn't be no statement to the world that you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Show me something natural like Afro and Richard Pryor, man. Let's get back to that shit, man. God damn. But apparently this girl, Dajsha, she has a song that she put out called, what is the name of this damn song? The song is called R.I.P. Pimp C. I don't even understand why they called it that. And you talking about going live right now without a fucking filter and you on slime time, basically. That's what you kind of getting with on this song, but it's called R.I.P. Pimp C. These new younger artists, man, y'all be doing some real questionable shit. I don't be understanding what y'all's angle is. But nonetheless, she says that she feels like Young Miami had to have heard this record because This RIP Pimp C song came out back in 2022. I guess she's been circulating. She's had a couple viral hits or something to that effect. And there's a couple of other artists in the industry that have come out. Lakia from QC has come out and shown support for that record. As we know, City Girls and Lakia are all signed to QC, so I guess someone might think that they're hanging out together, hearing the songs together. I don't think that's the case. What Lakia's tuned into does not necessarily mean that that's what she's tuned into, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She also showed Glorilla quoting her song, I'll Go Live Right Now Without a Filter. Don't know if that was a direct reflection of Dajsha Doll's song or if that was just, perhaps that was just some slang that's already been around for a minute because it's that simple. And that's the thing that really irks me about you newer artists as well. Y'all come out and say the most rudimentary, elementary, simple, bullshit ass rhymes, and you think nobody else is gonna think of the shit and use it, right? I understand it's very close for it to just be exact quote, I'll go live right now without a fucking filter. And if you listen to Dajsha Doll's song or at least the clip, it sounds egregious. It sounds like audio flatulence, if I had to say anything to compare it to. She stuttered the line. I won't say stuttered, but she staggered the line. She says, I'll go live right now without a I'll go live right now without a I go live right now without a fucking. It was like, dog, the line ain't even that far for you to be running it back. Now, who told you that was the move? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and play a quick little video of Miss Dajsha Doll explaining her issue. I want y'all to see this. I don't really comment on people's appearance, but I gotta show this to y'all because if anybody is biting off the Krishan aesthetic, it got to be you. You know what I mean? Like, let's just man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Let's get to it.
Y'all are so lucky I can't go live right now. I think I got like 2 days. I got like a day before I can go live again. But I'm not gonna cap. Young Miami, you might as well come to the hood and come catch this fade, bitch. What? Cause I can see it. I go like what? Bitch, we all know who the lyrics is. I want my fade, bitch. I want my fade, bitch. Either you coming to get your ass beat, or you cutting me a check. Bitches' career so far down the drain. Bitches need inspiration. What? Bitch, I still live in the hood. I never see you hoes around it. What? You hoes is up millions, the baddest, period. What? And y'all gotta come, what? Run me my fade. And ask on my daddy. I'm not playing. You hoes are so unoriginal. And the niggas be thinking I'm tripping. I'm not tripping. What? All you industry bitches look up to me on my mama.
So there we have it. Y'all seen what was going on. I ain't got to say too much. When I say Krishan aesthetic, y'all know. I don't know what she's got going on in her life, but I'm sure the pits of the world, somebody over there at Zeus is gonna recruit her because she's definitely got that type of energy, baddies energy. I mean, not the baddie part, but for what they do. You feel me? But, best wishes to all involved. I don't know if Young Miami found inspiration from your song. It's very possible that she did. I don't want to discredit you and make you feel any less than you already are, But, again, this should be inspiration for you to step your rap game up. It's definitely imperative that y'all step y'all rap game up, man. There's so many complex bars of people that have gotten reused. Some shit that simple. Please believe it ain't going to be the last time you hear it. That's for sure. And to say that these rap women in the industry look up to you, woo, you got to be on a hot air balloon. Anyway, let's go into the caption of what she said directly to Young Miami, because she definitely added her on Instagram. Thought it was pretty comical again. In your song, you're talking about, I go live right now without a fucking filter. And you don't even have the capability to go live because you banned off that bitch. Ain't that about a motherfucking bit? God, come on, fam. It's a little bit of cap in your rap. You might need to snap back, though. Because, that ain't adding up for me. Anyway, in her caption, she says, I don't know what the hell IAH is. You back to your old face before the surgery. You might as well catch the flight to the hood and come catch this fate. Career down the drain, can't come up with your own shit. So you jock me. You was better off just saying you a Deja Doll fan, cause everybody know where that line come from. At this point, round these industry chicks up, you just inspired, and I'm not flattered. Okay? So that's her direct quote to Young Miami. We know Young Miami really ain't a rapper like that, so she could have definitely took this girl line. She might have felt inspired and just said, "Let me put that shit down. You made it a hot line. I'm gonna make it a hot song." I mean, both failed, but you get an E for effort. You know what I mean? You get a participation trophy. So Young Miami comes back and says, "Boom, I'm from the hood too. Been in the hood my whole life. Just recently got out the hood. I look good without fillers and filters. I never heard of you or your song before this situation, and you could have reached out to me or handled this differently. And if you inspire people, that should inspire you to keep going and not want to fight. Be blessed and let me enjoy my release date." Ugh. Very interesting response from Young Miami. She took the high road, you know what I'm saying? She definitely could have gotten down in the mud and played in the playpen with you, in the pig pen. But with all that she's got going on right now, I think she would rather try to find some sort of peace. Looked like she was having fun the other night with that nigga that was asking her about her outfit and shit. But, you know, I find it very interesting that you say, "Come take a flight to the hood." And then in your video, you say, "I'm from the hood. I ain't never seen you around." What the fuck would think Young Miami would be hanging out in your part of town in Ohio? Ohio is, I'm sure I got some viewers out in Ohio. But y'all know y'all don't even want to be there. Outside of the little hood food spots that y'all love so much, y'all niggas don't really want to be there. Let's keep it honest. I see a lot of Ohio people that done moved out here to the A. Niggas from Cleveland, niggas from goddamn Dayton, niggas from yeah. I ain't even gonna get into all that shit, man. Just believe I see y'all out here. Y'all don't even like it out there. Only thing y'all be missing is them food spots. So why the hell would Young Miami be coming out there for y'all? You know what I mean? Just keeping it true. I don't know if she heard her song. She says that she never did. That would behoove her to say so, because if it gets out that she's pulling inspiration from independent artists, stealing their style, stealing their swag, using their lyrics, that would definitely reflect poorly on her and her label, and it would be stretched for a lawsuit. I don't think she would get much off of that one line, but people are going to start watching a lot more closely, which is going to happen anyway. So she said, "You could have just reached out to me different or handled this differently." You know what I'm saying? Could have just reached out to me, which I don't know. A lot of people in the industry be saying stuff like that, knowing that that shit ain't real. Like, nigga, I tried to reach out to you. I'm still I'm still in your motherfucking request inbox. You ain't opening my shit. Tell me I could have reached out to you. I done emailed your manager, your A&R. I done emailed your label. Everybody say they not aware of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody hit me back to say, "Okay, let me escalate this upstairs." Ain't nobody said a motherfucking thing, but you talking about something could have came to me. That's just like how the Locks was. They wanted to get at Diddy so they could get their publishing back, and he said, "Y'all could have just came to the office." They said, "Nigga, we came to the office. Ain't nobody want to let us in. Your security didn't want to let us pass the door." You know what I'm saying? They said, "But you know what ain't gonna stop? If we throw a refrigerator from the top of the building when you come out." Them niggas was dead ass serious about that publishing. Oh, man. Rough week for the city girls, but at least one of them is up a couple of points. You know what I'm saying? That's at the bare minimum. Someone else who's probably having a little bit of a rough week right now, Miss K Michelle. She's getting packed up on social media for her remarks because she came out and talked about the fact that she does not respect a man that cries. This is why certain shit shouldn't be mentioned online. At the bare minimum, you should just keep some shit to yourself instead of going live and posting everything. Everything is not meant to be a conversation with your fans. Everything is not meant to be a conversation on camera. Y'all are packing yourselves up at this point. You're alienating yourself from your fan base. It's not that a bunch of men are getting your music anyway, but K Michelle, come on, dog. Let's listen to what the hell she had to say though.
I just don't be want men to cry because then I don't feel protected.
So my last ex, he cried.
You like it? I would like to be better about that, you know? Like, I don't want to see. I don't
I don't
know.
mind them crying though. I think they should be able to be vulnerable.
I do. I think men should be able to cry and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But for some reason, once they cry, you know what happens to me? I turn into the man.
Come on, dog. How you gonna say in the same in the same motherfucking breath? I think they should be able to cry and be vulnerable, but once they cry, I turn into the man. No, you don't. You shouldn't. You know what I mean? I don't know you. I don't know how you know, K Michelle has a very tumultuous past. She's been hurt. She's been through, DV, emotional abuse, all different types of things. And of course, I'm sure that's contributed to her mentality. A lot of women that go through these types of things, they only, and I say a lot, not all. I want y'all to definitely understand where I'm coming from here. They go through that, and those types of men, that aggression, that hyper masculine energy, that toxic masculinity, as they may call it, that becomes what it is that you're used to. It becomes your standard. It becomes your benchmark of what a man is, or how he's supposed to act, or how he's supposed to handle things emotionally. I don't understand how you can accept a man who's emotionally unstable enough to lash out at you. Let's just say that at the least. But you don't know how to accept a man that is in tune with his emotions to know that something is bothering him, and he may crack a tear. Now, I'm not saying if a nigga out here just crying all day, every day, that's his response to everything. Yeah, you might be like, yo, man, get that shit together. You know, you should have ate. You should have got that shit in check by the time you was about 8, 9 years old, 12, 16, you know what I mean? But if a nigga cry every now and then, and it ain't gotta be no traumatic shit, right? If a motherfucker going through a real hardship, can't seem to get shit right, and gotta, you know, cleanse himself emotionally, let him get that off. So I think a lot of women out there in this world just got a lot of healing to do on their own. And you probably don't know how to accept your own emotions fully. As a matter of fact, I think she alludes to that. Let's get back to K Michelle.
No, you met the right wrong one.
When they cry, I be like, I be like that, like,
No, it depends what they're crying about. So if they had a death in their family,
if we
their
both
mom,
cry,
what if their
who's
mom
not?
passed?
I get it, family. Oh, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we talking about
But I'm talking about like if something don't go their way, like a cry.
Oh no.
But like if someone die in your family and things like that, then
What if
you
they're having a
need,
bad? No.
and like having a bad, like I just don't be want men to cry because then I don't feel protected.
But I feel like this. So why?
How are you not protected if like this is the thing I don't be understand. This whole protected thing is very interesting to me. When are you in a situation where you need to be saved? I mean, and at that point, the nigga that be crying might go out here and slaughter somebody. You know what I'm saying? So where are you not protected at? I'm just trying to understand the logic behind this thought process. You know, because how can you determine a man's ability to protect you based on the fact that he came to you with some real emotional shit? You know what I'm saying? But y'all claim that's what y'all want. This is why so many black men come out and be like, man, there ain't no space, ain't no safe spaces for us. I don't believe that. I personally don't. But there's so many that live by that line, that tagline, that becomes a personality trait for some niggas where they're just really so fucked up in the head that they don't think nobody gives a fuck about them because they've dealt with. I mean, it all comes from making a lot of either poor choices or coming from a rough family background where you weren't allowed to speak your mind. You weren't allowed to communicate properly when you felt uncomfortable or you felt like you were hurt. You felt like somebody disrespected you and maybe you weren't in a position of power and you tried to explain how that made you feel, and the motherfuckers told you to shut up, suck it up, be a big boy, this, that, and the third. All of those things apply, but there's also some niggas out here that, for whatever reason, they get with these women that don't give two fucks about them on the inside, you know, probably because you're really just focused on her outer appearance or whatever it is that she, whatever means to an end that she brings to you, whether it be appearance, whether it be validity amongst other men, whether it be financial, if she got the upper hand on you, or if it's just a status signal, you know what I'm saying, trophy, whatever the fuck it is. You make poor decisions and you find somebody who really doesn't like you for you because they feel like you're the same thing for them, just some sort of validation relations. And y'all find yourselves in situations where you can only go so far in your relationship, and anytime you get into a disagreement, you get into a space where you want to express yourself wholly and unfiltered, the acceptance isn't there. But again, that's because you chose your partner off of the wrong reasons. And I feel like K Michelle has definitely done that. And I feel like the men that have pursued K Michelle have also done that for their own reason. It's a fucked up cycle.
Ex will cry if something happened. You know what I'm saying? But I think men should be vulnerable if they're going through something.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you think that?
Yeah, I think they should be able to cry. We cry.
Why do you think that?
I don't cry.
You don't cry?
Not really.
Why don't you cry?
Because I don't have anything to cry about.
I'm an emotional gangster. I'm an emotional gangster.
Oh, I do not cry.
Pisces?
She's a Pisces. They cry all the time.
Yeah.
But if you say boo to them, they crying. Oh, she said boo to me.
Like, why you did me like that?
I will not accept this. I will not accept the slander. I don't be crying at all. I'm a motherfucking Pisces. I mean, I'm on the Aries cusp, but no. You know what I'm saying? I'm very emotionally stable. If I feel like I'm in a situation that calls for it, I will cry. I have no problem letting out a tear or two, but awesome. They be crying all the time type shit. I cannot confirm that for you. I'm sorry. Sounds like projection to me. In other news, I want to give a big salute to Miss Ice Spice. Not a big fan of your music, but I'm understanding the growth and I salute you on it. Ice Spice is set to appear in Spike Lee's High and Low with Denzel Washington. She's going to be making her film debut. Okay? And it's going to be a crime thriller. So this is going to be a big splash. I mean, you're acting on screen alongside Denzel Washington, the Denzel Washington, in a Spike Lee joint. That's fire. Okay? So this project will be released on it's going to be released in theaters, but also on Apple TV Plus, right? So the project will be released through A24 Films, and this project, High and Low, what is this about? So it's going to be based on, God damn, I just had this shit the other day. It's going to be based on this film called King's Ransom, which was released in 1963. It tells the story of a businessman's ruin following a ransom payment to kidnappers. So it's going to be a reinterpretation of this King's Ransom movie. And of course, it's going to be Ice Spice, Denzel Washington. It's also going to be produced by Todd Black, who's responsible for Emancipation and the Equalizer films, which also featured Denzel Washington. So I'm wondering if it's going to have elements of action. You know, it is a crime thriller, so it could. But hopefully her role isn't like so small that we don't even know that she's there. Hopefully she's not like some fucking substitute teacher in school or no shit like that. Hopefully she has a role that can kind of, you know, snowball her into other acting opportunities, because I think that might be a good look for her if she does well. So big shout out to Ice Spice, Denzel Washington, and Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? In other news, Lennox decided to take aim at Joe Budden one more time during the whole J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Big Three debacle, I guess you could say. Lennox ended up catching some strays from Joe Budden. He basically was saying that J. Cole wrote his diss record 7-minute drill out there in a field sitting next to Ari Lennox because he said, she be sad. Well, it took a few days before she caught wind of it, but she decided to get back at Joe Budden once again. If y'all can recall, she got at Joe Budden earlier this year and told him to keep her motherfucking name out his mouth, with you cigarette woman, abusing self. Well, she decided to repost some old Love and Hip Hop footage of when Consequence ran up and sneak attacked him, knocked the glasses off, and she says, he knocked your little, wait. She says, knocked your little glasses off and everything. Keep my precious name out of your psychotic, animal abusing, women terrorizing, demonic trolling, nicotine encased mouth. All this meth smoke for a woman, but not for any man beating your ass in real life. Bald bitch. That's what Ari Lennox had to say to Joe. Now, the only thing about posting this video, and she posted it in her story 20 times, was at the end of the fight, after Consequence snuck Joe from behind, no diddy, they actually concluded that fight outside the studio. And Joe definitely got some get back outside the studio. So I don't know. I don't think we have footage of when Raekwon and his people snuffed Joe Budden and caused him to put a raw steak on his eye on live. That would have been a little bit better of a video to depict, if you wanted to call him a punk or something. But Joe was recently fighting with some of Cesar Pena's people. Cesar Pena, the nigga that was linked with DJ Envy, scamming niggas out of them real estate deals. He actually got into a rumble towards the end of last year, if I'm not mistaken, with some niggas that are associated with him. And apparently, he ain't backing down from no smoke from Mint. At this point, I'm not here to advocate for Joe Budden. I didn't understand why he felt that he had to name Ari Lennox in J. Cole's situation with Kendrick and them. I know he felt it was funny, and it was, that's what niggas do. If I was if somebody had smoke with me, well shit, somebody got smoke with me today. It's interesting that we've been talking about this subject, an artist that I spoke about, somebody who is not relevant, someone who I haven't spoken about in a year. I won't say your name again because it's not even worth it. But an artist came to me today and had some smoke. They posted me in their story and everything, trying to play games. Didn't know who the hell it was at first. And I'm like, what the hell? Then gonna come and say, stay off YouTube, keep my name out your mouth. I'm like, oh my goodness. Y'all niggas are a sad fucking case. Like, please, just leave me. You talked about some music business shit, said you was unprofessional, and you mad at me. No growth. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy that he took that play, speaking on Ari Lennox in that way. I felt like it was in poor taste. But again, when you've had that checkered past with somebody and you kind of become a target in the industry for speaking your opinion and being able to stand on it, sometimes you will throw that little thing out there because it's like, just to let you know I ain't forgot. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it was, but Ari Lennox clearly didn't forget, and she went for the nigga jugular. Hopefully this will be the end of their discourse. Hopefully Joe Budden doesn't jump back on his pod and come out and say anything flagrant to her, because it's not going to make the situation any better. It's not going to improve how people feel about him or think about him, especially as it pertains to women where he's already had a questionable past. But, I want to just say love and light to everyone. That's been my thing. Wishing everybody much success, much peace, much, healing or whatever. And that's pretty much that. All right. I don't have much else to talk about for this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all roll on out. We've been here for 30 something minutes. I'm going to go ahead and say much love and respect to y'all. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. Become an insider. We got a lot more content coming. Somebody the other day was asking me when I'm gonna finally put on a concert or a show for y'all, put on a live performance for y'all. That's something that I'm definitely considering, so stay on the lookout for that. I might actually do a performance here in my studio, do some original music for y'all. If that's something that you're interested in, please feel free to let me know in the comments. That's gonna be my barometer on whether or not I should even put energy into that. I do know that y'all happen to like my music. Some of y'all have bought my projects outside Nolan. Others have streamed my music. Others have watched my YouTube shorts where I'm rapping. So I appreciate all of that good stuff and that energy and that positive reflection from y'all. Let me know if that's something y'all interested in. I will see y'all later. Of course, y'all know I'll be back tomorrow with more content, so definitely stay locked. Make sure you got your post notifications on. I know some people say that the noties don't be working. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube or what they doing, but just make sure that you got it set to all. Hopefully everything comes up for you. All right? Much love and respect. I'll see y'all later. Peace!
King of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.